we will wrap up the Webbit Global Impact Forum with the Founders Game Awards ceremony that will start at 6:45 when the finalists for the 6 million award will be announced. So you can find us and share your thoughts and questions on social media with the hashtag Webbit. With no further ado, let's open the 2022 Founders Games. A big welcome. A big welcome to the investors jury, members that presenting startups have to impress both in person and online. Thank you for your participation and evaluation provided. So the first session is Financial Technologies and DeFi vertical. Let's begin with the first startup to present. Are we ready? Are you all ready for this? Okay, let's start. So the first startup that we'll present here in front of all of you today is called Venly. It's founded in 2018, coming from Belgium. Please welcome on stage, I hope they're already here, Kenneth Hogart, presenting Venly. Welcome, Kenneth.
Thank you very much. Hello. Firstly, thank you very much for allowing us on this stage here today, and thank you for taking the time to be here with you today as well. So we believe that blockchain, with the adoption we've seen so far, is here to stay. And if blockchain is here to stay, how can we also make sure that we are reaching mainstream adoption and we are allowing Web 2 users to engage with Web 3 in the safe, secure, and easy way? So I'm representing Venly, and Venly is the infrastructure platform that sits in between the blockchain and the app on a branch, enabling anyone to safely put their projects on the blockchain. Today, majority of our business comes from the gaming and the metaverse industry. We do see a great adoption across multiple verticals and industry, being retail and brands one of them here. We were established in 2018. We, back then, were called the Arcane Network. We have then relaunched and rebranded ourselves into Venly. Roughly 1.5 years ago, we had our first revenue coming into the business. We were 6 employees at that time, and today we are proud with a small update as today's numbers, 40 plus employees. We recently raised our Series A funding as well, so we believe we are getting in a better and better position to go with the mainstream adoption. However, what led us to this path here is very much in terms of how Web 2 users engage with Web 3 today. Let's say, for example, that you are a Web 2 being exposed to Web 3 for the very first time. You want to purchase a NFT using MetaMask. This is a typical journey you will need to go through. It takes you 16 steps if you increase the gas fees as well. This is not quite how we believe that we can make blockchain to the mainstream. So what we are doing here right now is we want to make sure that we can engage with Web 2 users on the terms and in the matters which they're already doing today when they are engaging with Web 2 applications already. We do this right now with some of our users with our wallet solution. This is where we are enabling within 15 seconds, we can have a brand new Web 2 user engage and onboard to your platform. We provide the wallet solutions and the Web 3 technical capabilities all in the background seamlessly without being exposing the Web 2 users into any Web 3 laggings. Also, a part of the mainstream adoption is to partner up with the mainstream. Thank you.
Now we are opening the floor, thank you, for the Q&A session. Who would like to go first with the questions? The presentation was very clear, straight to the point. Okay, the lady.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I think that's better, yeah. So the first question is, how are you looking to diversify the revenue streams? As it seems there is a big component of the revenue, like 70% is coming from gaming. We've been looking actually at the space and some of your semi-competitors, but they actually managed to diversify the portfolio pretty well and the revenue streams. So happy to hear your opinion on that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So gaming was a natural first step for us, as gaming is one of the most agile adapters, you could say, within new technologies. However, also we believe in order to really achieve mainstream adoption, we need to see where are there a massive Web2 use base who are also loyal to the services and apps which they are currently using. That's where e-commerce becomes a natural next step to go into, as we do see, especially within the fashion industry, you have a significantly amount of being the second world's biggest industry as well. Their loyal fans are extremely addictive, so to say, in terms of loyal to the brand. So for the next step would be to go in with the e-commerce. For us to diversify further, we are thinking about where there are most growth, and also from the brand perspective, where are they ready to engage with their users. Just to let you know, there has been quite significant interest from the fashion industry actually, also from the music industry. However, right now, with the slide I saw in terms of how you would engage with MetaMask, for example, many brands are hesitant to actually engage their users or expose them to the Web3 journey. So again, we pick up on that, and we are now aware that, okay, we know that fashion, we know that sport, we know that music, these are the big verticals with a massive Web2 use space. However, they are lacking good infrastructure solutions which are tailored to their end user, meaning a way to engage in the liking of how they're already engaging. So we're looking at who are hesitant of the big players, and then we identify the verticals from there. Any other curious questions? Three minutes and 50 seconds, anyone? Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Kenneth, for your presentation. So we are moving on to the next startup. I would like to remind you that each startup has 10 minutes in total for the presentation and the Q&A session. So the next one I would like to welcome here on stage is coming from Germany. The name of the company, the startup company, is WechselGott GmbH. Excuse me if I'm mistaken by the name.
You're fine.
And this here with me is Werner Krautwein, right?
Yes.
And Mr. Philip Roth.
Yes, yes.
Roth,
Over there.
please welcome, the stage is yours.
Hi. So I hope today I'm going to talk to you about the sexiest topic in this world, managing your private contracts and insurance. I know it sounds very fine, and maybe the last time you remembered when you switched your car insurance, what kind of feeling you had. So we know it's awful. And it's even worse for Generation Z, because they have no time at all, they need convenience, and they hate to deal with their contracts. So this is why we came up with WechselGott. With our app, multi-banking app, you can add all your bank accounts and store them in one place. So you have a holistic overview about your finance. And then we screen your bank transaction data to recognize what kind of contracts you have. And then we fully automatically can switch you up to better ones. So with a click of a button, we cancel your old contract for you, and then we sign you up to, for example, a sustainable energy contract. Or we guarantee you that we have the same conditions in your car insurance, and say, for example, 10%. So you can very easily, in a few minutes, save hundreds of euros. Sorry, I have problems with the center. So, great. So we aim to become the biggest B2B platform in Europe when it comes to contract and insurance management. At the moment, we have more than 20 banks with about 3 million customers, a customer base, and try to convert them. We have more than 1,000 financial advisors providing our tech to their clients to save them hundreds of euros. And we even have 2 of the 3 biggest comparison portals in Germany that are using our tech. We are a team of 39 creative minds and 25 developers, and they work hard to get the contract chaos done every day. So I hope you get in contact with us after our presentation and try to help to reach our goal to save people hundreds of euros, to save them money, and to get the contract chaos in order. Thank you very much. So I think it doesn't work. So
okay. Thank you very much. We are opening the Q&A session. So please, yes, we have a question. Can we ask for the microphone here?
Hey, hi, thank you for your presentation. So, the presentation was very short because you have like 3 minutes, but I want to ask, how do you make money? Like, I didn't really catch that part. I understand the problem that you're solving, but don't really understand the monetization. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. So in Germany, for example, there are provisions already included into the contracts, like liability insurance. And for managing the contract, you get like 20% of the amount that the people pay for the contract. Or when we switch contracts for people, like we save you 10% by guaranteeing you the same conditions that you had in the last contract. So we get a provision from the insurance company for selling the contract. So you can say we earn about 100 to 150 euro for an average customer every year on a yearly basis. Because, for example, in Germany, people have about 5 insurance contracts, like liability insurance, legal insurance, housing insurance, car insurance, and all that stuff. So it's, I think, a fine business model because you don't have to sell people something. It's okay to optimize existing contracts or to manage the contracts for them.
And your customer is it's a B2C business, right? Your customer is basically a private person, right?
Yep, so we are B2B2C because we thought about getting customers and clients, and of course you need a lot of money in terms of cost of acquisition. You need millions to go into this insurance space. So with our business model, we provide our tech platform for banks, for comparison portals, for insurance brokers. So they use our technology so they can give it to their customer because they don't have any cost of acquisition. For example, we have 20 banks. They have about 3 million clients and doing mailing campaigns with letter, like call center, and converting those existing clients, which there's already trust and trust base with those clients, so convert them. So it's much more easier, and we split our revenue with our partners like the banks and the comparison portals.
Thank you very much.
As we are supposed also to evaluate the team, can you tell about the team? How big is the team? Where do you come from? And a little bit of financials. What's the burn rate of the company at the moment with the revenue? Because it was so short, I didn't get anything on that.
Yeah. We have about 39 employees at the moment, full time. We raised already 7 million, with a burn rate about 200,000 a month. So I think doing fine with that, and we have at the moment already some existing revenues. I think at the moment we're getting 50,000 provisions on monthly basis, but it's increasing, and so we want at least at the end of the year we think about getting about 200,000 on revenues on monthly basis, and then we double it or even triple it on yearly basis. Because now the platform already works, and it was hard to build it because in this contract space, it's a lot about process automation. It's very hard to do that because you can imagine like insurers work with their data and APIs and that stuff, so it's not so easy.
Just one final question. Building on the previous one, do you think that this business model is unique for Germany, and how easy it will be to be replicated elsewhere?
I think you can replicate it. So the challenges like the regulatory issues, like for example in Austria, you have other insurance than in Germany, and of course in other countries, so you have regulatory issues. So and it's not so easy to build like European insurers, because in every country there are different conditions and needs. So, but you can do it, of course. I think so. I think of course there will be like platforms on European basis for contract and insurance management, and it would also possible for us to serve like banks in other countries, and we already talked with banks in other countries to build our platform for them.
Thanks.
We have 2 online questions, so I will ask to hear them.
Oh, excellent. This is my question is primarily about competitive space. I know similar solutions in other countries in Europe. So how do you position yourselves? How do you grow? Is it just in everything, or intend to expand? And how do you position yourself versus those competitors?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So I think we are specializing on B2B2C because of the cost of acquisition game. Of course, there are other competitors in our market, and they're raising hundreds of millions to acquire new customer. And we are saying we are going to be the platform that has no cost of acquisition, because we have this revenue split model. And in terms of that, I think we are quite the only ones doing that. There are not there's not so much competition in the space, because it's quite not so easy. It's complex. So building a B2B platform for different needs. It's easier to go only on B2C, have a product, one registration process, no APIs, no dealing with banks and that stuff. So I think this is quite unique. At the moment, we are the biggest B2B company in this space in Germany, I would say, and maybe in Europe, I don't know, but want to become that.
Thanks.
So my question concerns the product itself. How do you approach the data that enables you to recommend a better solution for the client, so that the bill or the contract? So the UX is of highest importance in terms of conversions and billing scale.
Yeah, thank you. In terms of energy contracts, it's quite simple, because the contracts are simple because there's only price, or maybe you can say sustainable or not sustainable energy contracts, so you can compare them very easily. So the bank transaction data is enough.
So maybe refine the question. So how do you get, as a WechselGott, how do you get the information about what the customers? What was the utilization of the customer?
So how we get the data for the contracts, for example, and try to explain. It's like, for example, from energy contracts, we get it through the bank transaction data. So we have a databases, and then we say like it's energy provider like E.ON, and see, okay, E.ON in our databases you pay about 30 cents per kilowatt, and then we can calculate it. So we have the databases we have, and we matching them with the bank transaction data is enough, for example, to automatically switch energy contracts. And when it comes to insurance, for example, we have models like we only guaranteeing the people having the same conditions as they have before. So sometimes we don't know what kind of conditions they have. So, but we don't care, because we can calculate on only by price. So we try to go with very easy models for switching, so we don't have to go too much into detail.
Hello, this is Vlad from Sporting Capital. Thanks for the presentation. One last question. So which would be the productivity factor or the improvement factor that you would like to give
So saving time for customers is quite high, because think about the process at the moment. You have a kind of insurance folder.
You mentioned you have a figure that they say X% of time or the number of minutes.
So depends what kind of insurance contracts, for example, or contracts you compare. So I think it's not so easy to answer. But for example, car insurance, it's quite complex to compare it. You have different conditions in it. And with our model, you need about 10 minutes, because we only guarantee you the same conditions as you had before. So you need 10 minutes to switch it with our process. And when you do it with your kind paper stuff, then you need to look at, okay, where is my insurer at the moment? So most people don't know. So they have to find out, okay, what is my insurer at all? So 15% of people don't know where they are insured. So then they have to cancel out contract, look at the paper stuff, look at the conditions, and so as I see, it's very time consuming. So sometimes you need half an hour, sometimes you need an hour, depends on the insurer. But of course there are different kind of contracts. Switching energy is simpler than switching for example, housing insurance. It's more complex, or legal insurance.
Thank you very much, Werner, for your presentation. Round of applause for him.
Thank you very much.
So we are moving on to the next startup. Our next contestant for the 6 million investment award this evening is called Bots. They are coming from Netherlands, and we will see their online presentation in the next 3 minutes, and then we will open again the Q&A session. Let's see the video.
My name is Colin Groos. I'm one of the proud founders of Bots. Since we have built an extreme superior technology stack, it can be a challenge to get it across completely, especially in 3 minutes. Bots is all about giving beautiful returns. 70% of our clients is making profit with the app. It's done through a really broad superior technology stack. Why is it so superior? Well, we are a platform for all kinds of asset classes. Now bot creators from all over the world can provide bots that trade in these asset classes. And of course we screen them before we publish them. In this way, we can make these beautiful profits available for everybody in the world, in every market. And that means that we have to provide a really broad variety of assets and offer many different ways of trading, like going long, but also being able to go short and getting the stable returns on lending and staking in flat markets. The asset classes. We have a deal with a broker here in the Netherlands, and that means that we can provide our clients with bots trading in traditional assets like stocks, bonds, ETFs, commodities, and let bot creators make sophisticated trading strategies with those assets for our clients. We also do that for Forex, real estate funds and other funds, and also DeFi. We have developed 2 new asset classes as well. One of them is the Euro stablecoin, the ERP, and the other is the U stock. It's a data-like stock which is not a financial instrument, which gives us a huge and really important advantage in strategic way. We also let our clients tap into lending pools and staking pools. These categories can bring stable returns in any bear, flat or bull market. We integrated wallet technology so our clients can buy and hold cryptocurrencies themselves. And we also have our own trading desk, like Flow Traders and IMC. We built our internal exchange that connected to many external exchanges, and in 2021 alone we handled almost 6 billion in trade volume. Of course, we also developed many tools to test the algorithms. We have a sandbox environment to see how the bots perform real-time in quarantine. We have built our in-house Skynet, where we have a performance overview, where we monitor the organization, the marketing success, our clients, KYC, money flows, payment street, on and off ramps, etc. As you can see, this is a huge technology stack we have built. It can look really complex, and it is, but our clients will never see this complexity. Our advanced UX in the app is focused on accessibility. Clients will never have to concern themselves with what's going on behind the scenes. All of the things that I mentioned will bring personal finance to the next level, making Bots the app where you keep your money and grow your money. We have built a platform where clients can experience finance in a really easy and gamified way. Finance should be fun, social, and above all, profitable.
Thank you very much for the presentation. So we are opening the Q&A session. Who would like to go first?
Thank you very much. Happy to be here. So besides the video presentation, shoot all the questions.
Hi, can you tell us a little bit more what positions you to create the best and safest algorithms for all these millions of clients?
So what we do is we are really a platform. So we don't think of all these strategies ourselves. So everybody in the world who has a great strategy, they can deploy it on a platform. And then we, of course, we totally test it, we check it, we put it in quarantine, we see how it's doing in real time. And if it's approved, then we will let it go through the app, and then our clients can use it. And there are so many different ways of trading that it's good to be a platform. So we don't have to think of all of these strategies ourselves. Does that answer your question sufficiently?
It does. And can you tell us how would you handle market disappointment in case some really bad algorithms really?
Yes, so we also, like by the end of last year, we were also at that point, we were only in the crypto market, and then we already saw the market becoming more stable and also the downtrend. And then we also realized quickly that we needed to step up the pace with integrating other asset classes. So that's where we put a lot of effort in this year, and that's also why we made this strategy, because we also saw even though the market is doing minus 40 and the bots are doing overall minus 10, for example, the clients still compare the results with what they should have received from their bank account. So if they compare it to their savings account where it should be zero decline, then this is what they expect. So we have to focus to get bots on the platform, trading in every market, and that's why we have lending bots now in, we have DeFi bots, we have also crypto bots, we are now finalizing the going short methods. So you have to have products in every market, and that's also why we made our API ready for the integration with the Forex broker. We are now discussing the final agreement with, because Forex will also generate returns in bear, bull, and flat markets in a more stable way. And when we see these clients coming to us, well, there's the money is not growing as fast as they expected. We have to manage their expectations, and we are also working on building a great algorithm like Netflix and TikTok and Spotify, where you have your playlist or you have these algorithms choosing the right bots for you in the right market. So we are all about giving beautiful returns to our clients, so we have to do everything within our power to make sure that they receive that.
Thank you.
Questions?
Steve.
Yes, I have a question. So, a big problem with these stable coins, you said you have launched stable coins, you have other assets, is transparency. So, none of this industry is regulated, which creates opportunities, but it also creates a lot of peril for the investors, for consumers who are uneducated, who don't understand. They give you their money, they think they're getting a great return, but they really have no idea of the risk of it. And a lot of these are giving incredible returns because they are taking incredible risks that people don't understand. We've seen that with the meltdown of a lot of these stable coins. They were investing in highly speculative things, and when the market tanks, they can't pay it back, they crash. So how do you address it?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a great question, and it's this is playing the field for a long time, but now it's brought into the surface more and more because when there's a crisis, the bad things will leave the planet. Also in terms of the stable coin we have created, it's also full reserve. So that means that €1 is always backed with €1, so it's not backed with lending contracts or real estate or any other assets or options or whatever. It's backed €1 is €1 in that sense. And and this also ties into the other question where we have to protect our clients. If we don't protect our clients, we don't have any right to exist. That's how we make beautiful returns available to our clients in the long run and not only the next month. Does that answer your question, Susan?
Yes, that's good. I'd like more detail on how you offer transparency with all these different bots and strategies. Thank you.
I cannot give a demo at the moment, but if you look at the app, you can just download it, and then you also see these strategies. You see what the strategy is doing, you see the description of the bot, you see where it's trading on, we give it a risk assessment, we give it a score, and we also keep on monitoring these algorithms, because when they deploy it on our platform, then it can be a good algorithm at first sight. But after a while, if they don't maintain it or they don't send consistent signals anymore, we also delist them on our platform, because we always make sure that the quality of the strategies are good. And I know that you're in the gaming. We are also, in the sense, gamifying it as much as possible, because it should be fun to work with it, and it should be something that you can just leave and you don't have to take a look at it all the time. You should have both options. So that's why we make sure that we match as much as possible for our clients. Because actually, in the end, it doesn't matter for the clients where they make their money with, if it is in crypto or forex or real estate or whatever, as long as they get free for returns. And the same account for us. So also in this crypto market, you see all these problems arising in this crypto field, and it's such.
So thank you very much for the questions and all the answers. Thank you for all the startup founders and the jury that is here with us today. This is the end of our first session. So see you in the next one in a while. Thank you very much.